Welcome back. Talk about a return on an investment. A 1971 Plymouth Barracuda, once purchased for an asking price of $4,296, is now worth, get this, wait for it, $2.5 million. That's a 58,000% increase in value over time. Joining us now to talk about that, FoxNews.com automotive editor Gary Gastelu. Gary, good to see you. Wow, what a move. How come that classic car, shot up in value?
They've actually sold for as much as $3.5 million now. We're not talking about every Barracuda. They're not all worth this much. These are very specific ones. This one particular one, it was the only convertible with the big engine, with the 4-speed manual transmission, and it's the only one that still exists. So there's these very unique ones that are those crazy valuations, but there's plenty more, a little more rare, a little less rare. They're still worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and even $60,000, $70,000 for a pretty run-of-the-mill Barracuda.
It's incredible. Dagan, you're a car girl. What do you think about this?
I am all for the American muscle car, but these muscle cars, broadly speaking, Gary, got stupid expensive before the financial crisis. Are they, as a general category, are they cheaper now than they were?
No. They're still hot because, keep in mind the people who grew up on these, they have the money now, they're spending it, and that's how it kind of flows. The eras move along, the prices start coming up. 80s, 90s cars are starting to get hot now.
80s?
Oh, yeah, they're starting to come into their own. But you got to hold them for 20, 30 years. They're not worth this much.
What are you going to do with a car like that in your garage for 20, 30 years? Look at all of these vintage cars that have gotten better with time in terms of the price increases. Tell us about these. Why these? Why the Chevy? Well, I guess I can understand the Chevy Corvette. But some of these, like the Bonneville.
Again, it's the same concept. You wanted that when you were a kid. You couldn't afford it. Now you can. A particularly rare version of the Bonneville with a particular options package and color, that's going to be worth a lot of money.
But never the Mustang II, which was one of the worst cars ever produced.
But it looks good.
Just picked that as a hot car to buy under $10,000. It's never going to be worth millions of dollars.
Under $10,000.
But it is going to become
the Mustang II famously is one of the most hideous poor cars that was ever.
This is true, but keep in mind, you got to buy it, you got to hold it for 20, 30 years. I got a couple of newer options that you can get at a bargain right now if you want to hear about.
Well, I want to hear first, before that, I want to hear what you see today. Give us your prediction. What car on the road today is going to fetch, an explosion in price in the next 40 years?
Well, here's the thing. 1990, 1995 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. It was called the King of the Hill. This was a really hot Corvette back then. You could pick them up for about $20,000, $40,000 now. If you get one of the rare ones, Admiral Blue, they only made 56 of those in 1994, 1995. I think 20, 30 years from now, you're looking at probably a $250,000 car, maybe more than that, especially if there are less available then, because people do actually drive these and run them into the ground.
Wow.
A little bit newer than that, a pickup truck, if you can believe it or not, 2004, 2006 Dodge SRT Ram. I think you're going to like this one.
Yeah,
sure. This had the V10 engine from the Dodge Viper supercar. They cost about $50,000 new. You can pick one up again around $25,000 today. Pickup trucks are hot now. People who grew up in the 2000s love pickup trucks. 20, 30 years from now, this is definitely going to be a big collector's item.
With 10 cylinders.
With 10 cylinders. You get
Good point.
And again, if you can find one that's blaze red, they only made about 40 of those, that's going to be worth a lot more than the other 9,000 of them that they made.
I've got a 2006 red Range Rover, and it's like new right now, and it's 2006.
Mint 2006. Keep a mint. Could be worth something someday. I'm sure you could probably sell for what you paid for it now. Those people are pretty into those as well.
It's a good car. Gary, good stuff. Thanks so much. Dagan and I love it. Gary Gastelu there. Check out Gary's stories on FoxBusiness.com.